Ryan Garcia in an upset victory against Devin Haney shocked the entire world, mainly because of Ryan Garcia's erratic behavior leading up to this fight. They were talking about Ryan Garcia being on different drugs. They're talking about Ryan Garcia's having a mental breakdown. They were saying that he wasn't training. They were saying all these things. And Ryan Garcia came out with a unanimous upset victory. Like, the odds were stacked against him, this whole thing. Now, the theory is coming out that it appears that Ryan Garcia may have been trolling the entire time. I don't know if this is true.
NGQ, doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
So these are the type of antics Ryan was doing in some of the press stuff. But even before the press stuff, we saw him doing it for the kids and all the stuff that was happening. Yeah, so he's doing this sort of stuff in a fight.
Sticking his tongue out, wobbly knees. I mean, that's like common boxer stuff, but
he dominated this man.
That's pretty bad.
And he told George, or he told someone that God told him that he was going to win. He's sticking his tongue out.
Was it a TKO? What was it?
He got 3 knockdowns and got a unanimous decision.
Oh, unanimous decision.
Yeah. Clearly there was some trolling going on.
Yeah.
But is it possible? Is it possible that all of the erratic behavior, that all the pretending he was drunk, all of the episodes, is it possible that all of that was trolling?
Touch not the Lord's anointed.
Is it? No, please, we're not doing that. Is it possible that everything leading up to this fight was one big method acting extraordinaire to get into his head?
How did I know this?
How did I know this?
Was that an act?
That's what I'm saying. Wow. That's what I'm saying.
To look as unhinged
to look
as possible.
as unhinged as possible. To look out of his mind, talk about the Illuminati, Bohemian Grove, all the things, to the point where I said, like, listen, this dude needs help. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Everybody in the boxing community, everyone in the boxing community was like, there's no way he's going to win this fight. There's no way he's going to win this fight. He doesn't got it. He's not. He's an inferior fighter. One of the reasons why he is even getting these looks is because he's booming on social media, and he comes out with this massive upset, right? And so is it possible that in him doing all these shenanigans, that he was really training privately and really taking everything seriously privately, but publicly was doing this to get into his head and have him lower his guard, thinking, "Oh, this fool ain't prepared. He ain't
the
ready.
easiest fight ever.
This is gonna be the easiest fight ever."
Yeah.
Listen, I thought Ryan might have been out of his mind. I think there's a lot of things that Ryan needs to grow up in different areas. But it was interesting to hear him say that he was trolling. Was this in response to some of the crazy things he was saying? How was he able to maintain such a elite level of athleticism while potentially not training as hard as people expected? Kind of all this gets asked in his question with his interview with PBD. Okay, Ryan Garcia's shocking truth about pre-fight conspiracy theories.
So was this all an act? What part of it was real? Tell us about it.
I mean, my cameraman Chance, Ajay's there. Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was gonna happen? I said, I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Watch, it's gonna be called The Great Escape. Like, I have it all documented. I was already planning it.
If he puts out a movie about this or a documentary about this as a like method acting,
Yeah.
you remember Joaquin Phoenix did this?
Oh yeah, for Joker, right?
No,
Oh,
no. Joaquin Phoenix did this when he was trolling as a rapper for like a year.
Oh, you told me.
You remember this?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. If this is Ryan Garcia's Joaquin Phoenix moment, that's next level. I'm not sure if if this is that, but if it is, major props to Ryan Garcia. Let's see. PBD rightfully so leans into this conversation about some of the claims he made.
I don't know what made me come up with the idea, honestly. I just one day just decided just to go all in and just commit to a plan that I had. And I was not going to budge for nobody. It didn't matter if I went on his podcast, anybody's podcast. I was acting like sporadic, like just like crazy. I would go on
your mannerisms, you were just like
spaces. I'd be like, I'll do this with my nose. Like, and they're like, it's just a tick. I had everything like I just like, but then you make adjustments too. What was real though is at times I did drink a little bit during camp because I like to drink.
So he did drink.
I'm just not buying it, dude.
Drinking during like a fighting camp like this,
Pretty reckless.
it's pretty reckless because like alcohol is just terrible for you.
Yeah.
like what it actually does to your system is bad for you. But two, the amount of calories in alcohol, right? Where you need fuel. And so you're putting poison in your body.
Yeah, I worked with a fitness trainer that trained professional athletes, and NFL players, and all that stuff. And he would actually talk about how when you can, from the day you consume alcohol, there's like a 24-hour period where that inhibits your blood flow and your response and everything. And like, so you will feel lethargic, sluggish in your next day's training session, even with like a single beer. And so he would always tell his athletes, like, look, you can, but you're gonna come in tomorrow and you're not gonna perform as well as you could. And so,
well, and considering that people are saying he was 3 pounds over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he missed weight. If you're a champion, then you lose your belt. Automatic. You can't win.
He couldn't win the title.
Yeah, he could. Okay, so it's the same as the UFC. Yeah.
So
you can't
he
win
won and he didn't get the title?
I guess so, yeah. So they had to reach a new financial agreement that saved the fight. Garcia was forced to pay out extra money to his rival, and Haney's championship belt was no longer on the line. So they're just fighting for fun at that point. It's just an expedition fight.
I don't know if I'm buying it then.
Yeah.
What's the point of beating this dude if you couldn't make weight to get the title?
Yeah, exactly. You make less money. He still is the champion. It seems sloppy. It seems sloppy, and then he saw the narrative on Twitter and was like, ran with it. Yeah, I was trolling.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you fooled everybody with this whole thing? So, and if yes, you think you can do that twice? Because the second time around, people are gonna be. You can only do that one time. You can't do it twice.
No, you can't.
You think you can?
No, for sure. I just gotta let me cook. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'll go into like the I'm super disciplined narrative, or maybe I just act even crazier. Maybe I take it to a step too far. You know, maybe. Or maybe I make it look like it's a step too far. Who knows? We never know.
You ever read 40 Laws of Power? You ever read Art of Seduction? 33 Strategies of War? Did you speak to Jake Paul? Did you talk to Conor before? Did you watch something that inspired you to want to?
PBD's trying to get to the root of it. He's like, you had to have had a game plan. And this is one of the other things where I'm like, I think he's making it up, that he was trolling. Because he can't recount any strategy. And listen to what he says after this.
Well, he did bet on himself, though. And won big time.
Well, who doesn't bet on themselves?
Are fighters typically gambling on their own fights like that?
No, I don't think in the UFC you're allowed to. I only know UFC.
Yeah.
So I think there's certain things you can't, but like a fighter's pride is not gonna let them not bet on themselves.
I mean, listen, look, if he was actually out here smoking and drinking every single day and having what seemed like a borderline mental breakdown, and he still won.
It's insane. He's extremely talented.
It's amazing. That's almost just from sheer his ability. Because from my understanding, you told me that like the reason why he's so popular is not because he's a great fighter. It's because he's popping on social media and he can fight.
No, he was a great fighter. He's always been undefeated.
Because all my boxing friends are like...
But he's popping on social media because he was a good-looking young dude that had really, really fast hands when he was doing the little speed boxing thing. So, I mean, it's all together. It's not that he's not a good fighter. It all compounds. That's how he has 10 million. You know?
Sure.
Change your approach of marketing for a fight. What got you to say, I'm going to take a complete different approach with marketing this fight?
Well, it was just basically, it kept on unraveling itself. If I'm being quite honest, it wasn't so much like my ideas, like more of just wisdom coming from God, and then I just made adjustments as I went. Like, I would have these strong, I guess, feelings or just urges, like nicks from the Holy Spirit to do this, do that, do this, do that. And then like God always cleaned up everything that I was doing. Because I felt like on the one side, there was like, I had the enemy pushing me to do certain things, and then I had, God, and then it was just like, no matter what happened, God always made it right. So I would have to give all the credit to God and the wisdom of God and the Holy Spirit, for sure.
This is what I'm saying. There's no like good reason. The wisdom of the Holy Spirit made me go on a mental breakdown-esque acting spree where I lied or joked about being essayed as a child.
Well, no, he's about to press him on all that. So no, that he says that stuff wasn't a lie.
No, but he never says that. He never says that he was essayed as a child.
I guess he's saying that part wasn't fake. Somebody rightfully so pointed out that like we've had the Kanyes, we've had the genius level of execution while clearly unwell mentally.
True.
I think putting it on God just makes all this feel icky.
Yeah.
And I like Ryan. Like I like his personality. He's a likable guy. I like that he's unapologetic about his faith. But when you're acting like this and then you're sprinkling God told me on it just, all of that just feels icky. Like, I'd rather you just don't say anything.
And it's not like the fruit of the rollout was like super positive. It was a lot of like dunking on people and dunking on things and saying crazy claims and getting people worked up. It's not like, oh, God produced this amazing kumbaya where everyone's happy and joyful.
This is a timeline here. Let's go through some of it. So Ryan Garcia starts beef with Jake Paul. Then Ryan Garcia discusses Bohemian Grove. Then Ryan Garcia slams Logan Paul's prime drink. Ryan Garcia accuses Victor Conte, Devin Haney of cheating. Then Ryan Garcia addresses prediction of Baltimore Bridge collapsing. Then Ryan Garcia tweets he will kill Devin Haney. Then Ryan Garcia, New York Boxing Commission evaluation, the whole mental thing that you said defamation, you're going to sue them. Then Ryan Garcia and Alicia Baumgardner beef. Then Garcia launches X-rated tirade at the New York Mets. Ryan Garcia cleared to fight by the New York Boxing Commission. Ryan Garcia touches base with influencer Andrew Tate. There's all these stories. And every day, it's something new that you were putting out there. Okay, which one of these are actual opinions that you have? How much of it was antics?
Well, ask me. Which one?
Okay, so go through it. So Bohemian Grove. You said you have a video that you saw.
Well, there's actually many stories on it. There's actually a lot of people that have come forward to me, and there's actually really people in the front lines of all this. I'm in contact with them. His name is Jacob.
So Bohemian Grove has been confirmed. Weirdo celebrities do weirdo things in the woods. We've known this for decades. I think the question people are wanting to know, like, you said you were held down and forced to watch corn.
Yes.
Child corn.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And who are they? Because it seems like you got a lot of really good people around you. Who are they? Right? So I think that's the part where I go, wait a minute. Okay, we know that part. Obviously, there's kids being trafficked. Obviously, there's all kinds of issues happening, and America consumes some wild stuff. And all this was just expressed in the Sound of Freedom movie. Yeah. Right? So what aspects of that are free? And I hope I don't think PBD leans deeper into this, but I'm curious if he does. Go ahead.
I'm not going to say his last name, but basically, he's a big advocate. He goes to Congress all the time to speak about child sex trafficking, and he could confirm all these things. A lot of these things, I have experienced not only like spiritually, in my spiritual senses, before I even knew about the Bohemian Grove. He's a testament to it. I had a vision like in 2021. I seen like a beast coming out of San Francisco, and I seen the San Francisco Bridge, and then I seen like the woods, and I seen people doing really weird things. And I went up to my friend. I said, hey, man, is there a place that people do weird things in the woods? I'm just curious. And he was like, well, what are you talking about, Bohemian Grove? And I didn't know what it was, but that was 2021. So I've just been able to I'm very spiritually gifted, so I could see things before they happen because of God. And there's countless stories of that happening.
The kids, did you actually have videos of kids, things that
I actually do. I do have videos.
You have videos?
Yes, we have videos.
Who has seen them? Who have you shown them to?
The guy Jacob. He has them. We're going to go to Congress with it.
I really hope he goes to Congress with it because, one, it'll make his rollout this aspect not as over the top. Two, pretty sure possessing child corn is a federal crime.
Get it off your phone.
So if you have it on your phone, what are you doing, dog?
That's how they catch people. If they get a warrant and they check your phone and your computer, and you have that on your phone and computer, there's no, oh man, I was about to go to Congress with it.
You better go to Congress now.
You better put that on a flash drive and mail it in and delete it from your computer.
He's playing with fire.
Ugh.
I think he's playing with fire.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody else here seen him? Have you guys seen the videos?
No, they have not seen it.
You guys have never seen the videos? Okay, so you've not shown it to anybody else. It's just you and him that have.
Yeah.
Is it something you have access to or he has access to?
We both do.
You both have access to? Okay.
I don't want access to it.
I don't want access to it.
I don't want to be like, yeah, I have access to it.
And what is the flex in having access? That's just weird.
And it sounds like you got a Dropbox link, which is even weirder. It's like a shareable file. Oh my God.
Something off the dark web, bro.
Just not going to put that on the internet. And then there's also other people that have videos and, they're victims. But I'm not going to put that on the internet. That's disgusting.
How high are some of these people? Is it because these guys are higher up, powerful people that you don't expose them?
Well, I mean, everything's in people's faces. You don't got to look too far. You know what I mean? There's so many stars. I mean, this is not even a conspiracy at this point. At the end of the day, all these things can be traced and documented. And for me to show proof, it's just kind of funny because it's right in front of everybody's face. They painted in the illusion that it's a conspiracy, but it's not a conspiracy if there's proof.
What do you guys think about this? This is some wonky stuff, man. I'll be honest with you.
This video, I don't know if you remember this video. Play this clip. This is...
Here to announce my return back to Instagram.
I think this lasted 30 minutes until you went back on social media again.
No, but you got to understand, like I said, I won't talk about it, till, I'll do super focus, but I didn't, tell you how long I was going to do it for. All I said was I was going to do it. It could have been for 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
It was 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I never put a time frame on it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Watch this.
This is funny.
Doing what I do.
all white, looking nice. Okay, come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
But here's the part,
You
though.
obviously were.
So he's saying this, and you still knocked him out 6 times. They only counted 3 of them.
they should've
How do you think he's taking that loss, knowing you didn't prepare as much as he did for the fight?
Oh, that's I mean, I don't know how he feels. I mean, obviously, like anybody who was really trying to pay attention was could obviously see me training and looking sharp. I mean, you can't look that sharp without training. That's just it's impossible. So, you know, people, that's on them. You know, they underestimated me because of social media. When you can make anything look a certain way on social media, you know. So they fooled themselves.
Vegas odds.
I also fooled Vegas as well.
Well, that's exactly it. Vegas odds, DraftKings had minus 700, sometimes minus 900. The story of
He gave everybody the word to place that bet. I just felt like really disrespected by Vegas, and in my head I said this is gonna be the biggest loss Vegas ever had in a minute because they're like, I just felt
They
like
got
it was
to pay that out.
disrespectful.
Say it again.
It's like I don't know how it's a loss, but Vegas has to pay that. I mean,
Someone
the
got to pay
companies have
that
to pay
out.
that out. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he's trolling, man. I listen. I really like Ryan. I'm pulling for him. I think he's an interesting character. I hope that he matures in the Lord, gets discipled, and goes and just lives a quiet life for a season. I think he thinks that this is like a net positive to the gospel.
Yep.
And I don't think it's a net positive to the gospel. I think this is more confusing than helpful, in my opinion. One of my favorite passages is in Ephesians chapter 6, where the Apostle Paul writes that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the principalities of this unseen world. That could spook a lot of people out because there is a spiritual world and there's a spiritual war. But what I love about that passage is he tells us to therefore put on the armor of God, helmet of salvation, the gospel of peace. And that is the inspiration for our latest collection, the Armor of God collection, with a custom cut and sew Armor of God jacket representing all the different patches that reflect the armor of God. Available for a limited time only, so go to blessgod.shop to get yours now.